So today they had State of the Game and they did talk about episode 2 and yeah, what to comment it. I gotta say I got really disappointed and it definitely impacted me making this video, because I'm honestly so let down with this, because they did mention that the next raid ain't coming until 2020, so next year. So it got like at least delayed for over 2 months, and who knows when it's gonna release next year. So for the end of this year, it's most likely only gonna be those 2 main missions in Pentagon, and that's not enough. And it makes me actually very sad to hear that, because without the raid I don't really see any reason to farm and grind this hard, right? And I really wonder how many times can I keep getting let down with Division before it's enough, to be honest. Anyway, I will go through what they said today in State of the Game, yeah, starting with the 2 new main missions which are confirmed for episode 2, and yeah, they will be playable in Pentagon. So sadly this means that there's no underground Pentagon that I think was rumored a bit, and I was kind of hoping for that, which yeah, to me it's another letdown. Like, I don't really like that they're focusing so much on main missions, and like the loot shooter part they're just kind of ignoring. Like, this is not supposed to be only a story game, like it's a loot shooter, right? Like, yeah, it's great with some story and lore here and there, but I mean the main focus in my opinion should be the loot shooter. But yeah, they also did show the new technician specialization, which was yeah, kind of cool actually. I like this specialization. So you got a multi-missile launcher as a SIG weapon that can lock up to 6 targets depending on current ammo. With a simple push of a button, 6 missiles are unleashed to seek their target. Apparently these are dodgeable in PvP, which is nice there, because my first thought was yeah, they're gonna be really OP in PvP, but at least they're not. The signature sidearm is a Maxim 9, which does look pretty damn good though, and he got a built-in suppressor as you probably can see. The skill variant is a special version of the Hive. This version enhances your other skills, like it buffs your skills with duration, and it can also heal it, right? Just making your other skills stronger. Then we have the skill tree here, and I honestly just kind of lost motivation with the video here, so I'm just gonna be really lazy, and I'm just gonna take it from State of the Game and put it right here in the video so you can listen and hear to what they have to say. And it also do come with a EMP grenade.
Yeah. Many points.
So disregard the numbers, but
yeah, and filled out everything.
Let's go through the tree. Where do you want to start, Frederick?
I mean, let's start with the Hive. So you got the Hive over here, the Artificer Hive, and some extra mods for it to give it more radius and better recovery rate. And that's actually one of the things. All Hives in TU6 now work on charges. So like if they've used half their charges, you can actually go up to it and pick it up with the interact button and put it back on your backpack, and it'll keep whatever charges it has left. And this Hive is no exception. So instead of working off a cooldown, it works off charges, similar to Chem Launcher.
Okay. All right.
So we got that. Obviously, you saw a little bit of that. Down here, you have the kind of group protection talent of Faraday field. So whenever you place some skills down, like the turrets and stuff that you place on the ground, they form a little protective field where anybody standing close to them, it'll basically conduct shock and disruption to it instead of your teammates. Yep. So it kind of creates a little protected field.
Yeah, my first question for this was, it doesn't apply to movable skills. Like the drone isn't going to fly a field around and that sort of thing, right? So it's only for static skills.
Right, it's for the static skills.
All right.
There's a question in chat here if the Hive buff can buff another Hive, and it can. Yeah. So it'll give it better duration, better effects and stuff.
Cool.
I mean, you can only have 1 buff per skill on, so it won't like stack infinitely.
Okay.
And then you have this interesting node here where you basically get to pick whether you spec into damage on your skills or healing.
Okay. But you can only pick one, right?
Yeah, so you can only pick one in this subtree. We're kind of trying out to
have choices.
Have a little bit more choices. We kind of did that in the last patch with the weapons, and now we're kind of using it in different places. I think that's kind of interesting to see where you want to go with the spec, so you don't get everything at the same time. And then various bonuses to skills and stuff like that. One of the big things that we changed in this patch for all of the specs is this.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, right?
Yeah, which we're giving pulse resistance. And I think we have another video clip coming up where we can show that what you get is also the EMP grenade.
Yeah.
And the EMP grenade, you know, causes disrupt and does some damage to robotic enemies. And if you're doing your, you know, invasion and your weeklies, you're going to want this for your Black Tusk enemies. But I suspect it will also be quite popular in PvP.
My first PvP-related question to this, can the EMP grenade disable the skills that are in the Faraday field?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then the Faraday field is rendered.
I mean, I think, no, the Faraday field is still active, but the skills go disrupted, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But
So the skills don't die, they get disrupted.
It depends. If you've not invested in health on your skills and someone throws an EMP grenade at them and they're really weak, they might just die, pop out of existence.
Because the EMP is still dealing damage.
It still deals damage to anything technological.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about this spec because it's really leaning into that whole side of things, and we kind of needed to do the whole revamp of skills that we did with TU5.
Yeah.
And now we can bring this out and really lean into the fantasy of shade tech and all of these things, right? I think it's pretty goddamn cool.
Can we do the sidearm last? Because I actually want to show it.
Yeah, we can show that. I don't know if we have so much more to show. It's the same like field here. You get a laser pointer that actually pulses targets when you aim at them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also kind of high-tech inspired. And then you got your signature weapon talent, which is all based off of destroying enemy robotics and skills. So even not just robots, but things like RC cars and RC blades and things like that. So whenever you kill enemy equipment, essentially,
turrets also and this kind of thing.
turrets and stuff like that, you're gonna increase the bar until ammo drops. So it kind of really gives you a little bit of a role on what you're best at, right?
That's cool.
Hmm?
Nice. And then you
So
got
I think that's most of what this does. This is the big signature like stat you get, which is you get more skill power for being in this spec.
Nice. Chet was also asking what the medkit does for the specialization.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot. I think what it does. We went through a couple of iterations on it. Your armor kit also applies to all of the skills within a bunch of meters. So when you repair yourself, you also repair everybody's skills.
They showed off the Thieves Den vendor and it did show one named item plus gear sets. So I guess that means it will always have a named item, or maybe possibilities for more though, but yeah, like named item and gear sets. So that means farming Dark Zone could be beneficial to like, yeah, get some gear set items or named items, right? And there was also a new currency that you would have to buy them with, which I guess is a Dark Zone currency. They also talked about the new conflict map, which is called the Wharf, which is supposed to be more fast-paced compared to other maps. It plays out in an abandoned fishing harbor. They also said there will be a free weekend starting in October 17. And yeah, that was basically all. As I said earlier, like I'm actually so disappointed with this. It makes me quite worried, like what will we actually get in episode 3? Like if episode 3 is nothing special either, like then I really don't know, like I think they're shooting themselves in the foot here. Like I assume episode 3 is only gonna be main missions as well, but I really hope I'm wrong, because yeah, if that's the case, then I don't know what to say. Like it's not enough adding main missions. I just feel like it's the wrong thing to do. But I'm really hoping that episode 3 is huge though. But yeah, it seems like they're catering way too much for like people that only care about the story. And the people that play this loot shooter game for the loot shooting purpose are like left behind, which just like I don't really know what to think about that. Anyway, as you probably could hear, I'm just really disappointed and I don't really know what to think anymore. But yeah, that's basically all for this video. Let me know what you guys think, and yeah, see you guys in the next one.